Hi guys, it's Miss Kelly and I am here today to give you a little walkthrough of the TCI website for social studies. Thanks you to Mrs. Corbel, we now have access to the TCI material that goes along with our social studies series. So what we're going to be doing is just taking a little overview and introduction, and for the chapter that we're starting, chapter 10, we're going to let you kind of get familiar with it, play around with it. We're not going to be giving you any assignments just yet, but it's there for you if you would like to read the material and the sections from the text from it, or take the quizzes, or do any of the activities. So I'm going to show you how to log on today. So what you're going to type in first is your teacher email. So my email address is kellyk@cinnaminson.com. So you would type your teacher's last name and first initial at cinnaminson.com. For me, that would be kellyk@cinnaminson.com. Your username is going to be your last name and your first initial. Now, I made an account for my dog Pip, so his username would be Kelly and the letter P, Kelly Pip. And everybody's password is going to be the word history in all lowercase letters, HISTORY. So you have your teacher email, your student username, which is your last name and first initial, and your password, which is history, HISTORY, in all lowercase letters. So once you've done that, you're going to just click sign in, and that will take you to the TCI program page for the social studies series. Now up here I can see that Mr. Pip is logged in. It says P. Kelly, so he's logged in. Now you're going to scroll down, and they have this divided up to match the chapters in your book. So we are on chapter 10. We're just starting chapter 10. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click on, this is chapter 10, and the title of chapter 10 is Tensions Grow Between the Colonies and Great Britain. Now you can see here they're giving you a little essential question, which is what the main idea of this chapter is. What should we be thinking about while we're reading this chapter? And for chapter 10, that question is, what British actions angered the colonists in the 1700s? So I'm going to click on chapter 10. I want to go into chapter 10 now. And what pops up is the first section in chapter 10, which is the introduction. So it is the same as your book. You can read it on the screen if you prefer, if you don't want to read from your textbook. I'll show you some of the cool features this has. One of the things it has is the vocabulary is right there. It's like a little glossary card that you can click on. It'll take you to the different vocabulary words, or you can flip the card around, see what it means. All right, next card, boycotted, to protest by refusing to use or buy a good or service. So these are like virtual flashcards, which I think is really cool. Now, for each section of the chapter, so we have, this is the introduction, and you can see that this is the title of the chapter. There's our essential question, what British actions angered the colonists in the 1700s? Now, up here, there are some different features that I'm going to talk to you about. The first one is reading level. We're not going to change the reading level. We're going to leave it where it is, so we don't need to worry about that. The second feature is the audio feature, and this is where you can listen to it read to you. So if you're a kind of person that likes to hear it read to you as you read along.
Tensions grow between the colonies and Great Britain. What British actions angered the colonists in the 1700s? Introduction. In the early 1700s,
So that's an option you have, the audio feature. You can listen to it read out loud to you as you read along, or maybe if you want to listen to it first and then go back and read it on your own. Sometimes that's very helpful. This button will convert it and translate it into Spanish. We don't need to use that. This is a really cool feature. This star, if you click on the star, it will highlight or it will make a different color the main ideas of this section. So anything that is in blue is a main idea. So if you wanted to kind of, after you read, just kind of make a little mental note that you want to just remember the main ideas, there they are. There's 2 main ideas. Now, this feature is really cool also. You can click on this and it will, you can highlight text. So if I wanted to highlight that first sentence, the little highlighter marker comes up. I can pick green. And now that portion of the text is highlighted for me. If I want to remember that, or if it's something that I want to come back to is important, I can highlight it. And then to get rid of it, you just click it again. This is to add a note. If you want to make a little note for yourself, you can click on that and it will pop up like a little box there, and you could type a note in here. And it kind of functions almost like a virtual sticky note where you can give yourself a little bit more information. This, you can save it to your Google Drive, or if you want to print, you can also print. Now at the bottom, they will give you a little activity where you can sort of practice something that was introduced. I'm going to go to section 1, which is the French-Indian War, and we're going to take a look at that. Now remember, you can highlight, unhighlight, you can listen to it read as an audio.
1. The French and Indian War. During the 1600s and 1700s, Great Britain, France, and Spain often fought one another to gain lands.
You can click on main ideas, where it just kind of bolds or makes a different color those ideas that we really should take out of this section and remember. And there's the highlighting feature where you can highlight. If I wanted to remember this first paragraph, I can pick a highlighter color, add a note, save to Google Drive, or print text. Now at the bottom, this is a little sort of like a check for understanding. It's almost like a little review at the end of the section. So if I read the section of the text and I want to see, did I really understand this? I would read these choices and check the true statements about the French and Indian War. So if I thought that these were true, I would click them and then I would check my answers, and they have a little video there to go with it. So as you go through the chapter, you can see that there is a section like this for each section of chapter 10, and you can read it. You can highlight, you can check for understanding. This one has a little activity where you can drag and drop what are the correct statements about the Proclamation of 1763. So if you thought it was that one, and then you can check your answers. Okay, so these are just some of the features that you can use in the TCI website. And again, we're going to post these, this chapter, just so you can get used to using them. I may refer to them or remind you of them. Remember that to log on, you need my email address, your teacher email address, kellyk@cinnamonson.com. Your username is your last name and first initial. For mine, it was Kelly P for Pip. And your password is history in all lowercase. And you would go to student.teachtci.com to log in. So I hope that this was helpful for you and that you were able to at least see some of the features. And as we're going through chapter 10, I encourage you to come back onto this TCI website and read the text again, hear it read to you using the audio feature, do some highlighting, complete the activity that they include, and that will help with your understanding of the text. And I will try to post links or reminders on your assignments just to let you know that it's here in addition to this video. Okay, so I hope that's helpful, and if you have any questions or problems, just let me know and I will see if I can figure it out for you. Okay, thanks guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.